deficiency. And she was taken up not to her own eon but above her son, that she might be in the ninth until she has corrected her deficiency. And a voice came forth from the exalted eon heaven, the man exists and the son of man. And the chief archon, Yaltabaoth, heard it and thought that the voice had come from his mother. And he did not know from where it came. And he taught them, the holy and perfect Mother Father, the complete foreknowledge, the image of the invisible one who is the Father of the all and through whom everything came into being, the first man. For he revealed his likeness in a human form. And the whole eon of the chief archon trembled, and the foundations of the abyss shook. And of the waters which are above matter, the underside was illuminated by the appearance of his image which had been revealed. And when all the authorities and the chief archon looked, they saw the whole region of the underside which was illuminated, and through the light they saw the form of the image in the water. And he said to the authorities which attend him, Come, let us create a man according to the image of God and according to our likeness, that his image may become a light for us. And they created by means of their respective powers in correspondence with the characteristics which were given. And each authority supplied a characteristic in the form of the image which he had seen in its natural form. He created a being according to the likeness of the first, perfect man. And they said, Let us call him Adam, that his name may become a power of light for us. And the powers began: the first one, goodness, created the bone soul. And the second, foreknowledge, created a sinew soul. The third, divinity, created a flesh soul. And the fourth, the lordship, created a marrow soul. The fifth, kingdom, created a blood soul. The sixth, envy, created a skin soul. The seventh, understanding, created a hair soul. And the multitude of the angels attended him, and they received from the powers the seven substances of the natural form in order to create the proportions of the limbs and the proportion of the rump and the proper working together of each of the parts. The first one began to create the head. Itirathapabraun created his head. Meggestroth created the brain. Astrachan created the right eye. Vaspomaka, the left eye. Yaranumos, the right ear. Bisum, the left ear. Akurium, the nose. Bananephrom, the lips. Amen, the teeth. Ebicon, the molars. Basileadium, the tonsils. Acha, the uvula. Adaban, the neck. Chaman, the vertebrae. Dircho, the throat. Tibar, the right shoulder. The left shoulder. Nyarkon, the right elbow. The left elbow. Abatrian, the right underarm. Evanlin, the left underarm. Cries, the right hand. Beliwai, the left hand. Turnu, the fingers of the right hand. Balbal, the fingers of the left hand. Crimen, the nails of the hands. Astrops, the right breast. Baruth, the left breast. Beum, the right shoulder joint. Ararim, the left shoulder joint. Arek, the belly. Phtave, the navel. Sinaphim, the abdomen. Arashathopi, the right ribs. Zebedo, the left ribs. Boreas, the right hip. Phnouth, the left hip. Abenlanarchi, the marrow. Knimananrin, the bones. Xol, the stomach. Agromona, the heart. Bono, the lungs. Sostrapal, the liver. Onesimular, the spleen. Thapithro, the intestines. Biblo, the kidneys. Roer, the sinews. Taphrio, the spine of the body. Ipauspaboba, the veins. Bindbarin, the arteries. Atoimensophe, theirs are the breaths which are in all the limbs. Intholaia, all the flesh. Bidauk, the right buttock. Arabe, the left penis. Ilo, the testicles. Sorma, the genitals. Gorma Kayaklarbar, the right thigh. Nerith, the left thigh. Serum, the kidneys of the right leg. Asaclus, the left kidney. Ormeth, the right leg. Imenon, the left leg. Nix, the right shin bone. Tupelin, the left shin bone. Achille, the right knee. Thmin, the left knee. Theothrom, the right foot. Bobel, its toes. Trishun, the left foot. Thicna, its toes. Miamai, the nails of the feet. Laburnum. And those who were appointed over all of these are Zathith, Armas, Kalila, Jabal, Sabioth, Cain, Abel. And those who are particularly active in the limbs are the head Dialamadraza, the neck Yamax, the right shoulder Yaklib, the left shoulder Verton, the right hand Udidi, the left one Arbao, the fingers of the right hand Lampno, the fingers of the left hand Lekapher, the right breast Barbar, the left breast Imi, the chest Pisandriaps, the right shoulder joint Code, the left shoulder joint Odier, the right ribs Asphyxix, the left ribs Enogjuda, the belly Roof, the womb Sabalo, the right thigh Charcharb, the left thigh Cthane, all the genitals Bethineth, the right leg Jew, the left leg Charcha, the right shin bone Aroer, the left shin bone Tochtha, the right knee Aol, the left knee Chariner, the right foot Baston, its toes Arkantektha, the left foot Marithnaunth, its toes Abrena. 7 have power over all of these Michael, Ariel, Esmenides, Saphosadil, Armurium, Rikram, Abiorps. And the ones who are in charge over the senses are Arkandekta. And he who is in charge over the receptions is Detharbathus. And he who is in charge over the imagination is Uma. And he who is over the composition Akiaram, and he who is over the whole impulse Rearamneko. And the origin of the demons which are in the whole body is determined to be 4 heat, cold, wetness, and dryness. And the mother of all of them is matter. And he who reigns over the heat is Phloxopha. And he who reigns over the cold is Orurthus. And he who reigns over what is dry is Arimacho. And he who reigns over the wetness is Athuro. And the mother of all of these, Anorthocraci, stands in their midst, since she is illimitable, and she mixes with all of them. And she is truly matter, for they are nourished by her. The 4 chief demons are Ephememphi, who belongs to pleasure, Yoko, who belongs to desire, Nenenephne, who belongs to grief, Blaoman, who belongs to fear, and the mother of them all is Aesthesis Ouch Epito. And from the 4 demons passions came forth. And from grief came envy, jealousy, distress, trouble, pain, callousness, anxiety, mourning, etc. And from pleasure much wickedness arises, and empty pride, and similar things. And from desire comes anger, wrath, and bitterness, and bitter passion, and unsatedness, and similar things. And from fear comes dread, fawning, agony, and shame. All of these are like useful things as well as evil things. But the insight into their true character is an Aro, who is the head of the material soul, for it belongs with the 7 senses, Ouch Epito. This is the number of the angels together, they are 365. They all worked on it until, limb for limb, the natural and the material body was completed by them. Now there are other ones in charge over the remaining passions whom I did not mention to you. But if you wish to know them, it is written in the book of Zoroaster. And all the angels and demons worked until they had constructed the natural body. And their product was completely inactive and motionless for a long time. And when the mother wanted to retrieve the power which she had given to the chief archon, she petitioned the Mother Father of the All, who is most merciful. He said, by means of the holy decree, the 5 lights down upon the place of the angels of the chief archon. They advised him that they should bring forth the power of the mother. And they said to Yaltabaoth, blow into his face something of your spirit and his body will arise. And he blew into his face the spirit which is the power of his mother. He did not know this, for he exists in ignorance. And the power of the mother went out of Yaltabaoth into the natural body, which they had fashioned after the image of the one who exists from the beginning. The body moved and gained strength, and it was luminous. And in that moment the rest of the powers became jealous, because he had come into being through all of them and they had given their power to the man, and his intelligence was greater than that of those who had made him, and greater than that of the chief archon. And when they recognized that he was luminous, and that he could think better than they, and that he was free from wickedness, they took him and threw him into the lowest region of all matter. But the Blessed One, the Mother Father, the Beneficent and Merciful One, had mercy on the power of the mother which had been brought forth out of the chief archon, for they the archons might gain power over the natural and perceptible body. And he said, through his beneficent spirit and his great mercy, a helper to Adam, luminous Epinoi which comes out of him, who is called life. And she assists the whole creature, by toiling with him and by restoring him to his fullness and by teaching him about the descent of his seed and by teaching him about the way of ascent, which is the way he came down. And the luminous Epinoia was hidden in Adam, in order that the archons might not know her, but that the Epinoia might be a correction of the deficiency of the mother. And the man came forth because of the shadow of the light which is in him. And his thinking was superior to all those who had made him. When they looked up, they saw that his thinking was superior. And they took counsel with a whole array of archons and angels. They took fire and earth and water and mixed them together with the 4 fiery winds. And they brought them together and caused a great disturbance. And they brought him Adam into the shadow of death, in order that they might form him again from earth and water and fire in the spirit which originates in matter, which is the ignorance of darkness